Hello there, welcome to the channel and thank you for hopping on. I wanted to bring a video version of the newsletter I sent that I usually send out to my clients and network. And this one is specifically just to catch people up on the state of the tax season. So it's like the official announcement. We know that our country and some of our presidents have done a State of the State of the Union. I wanted to do something specifically within the realm of taxes. Just an update, just to give you a temperature gauge of where everyone is at with the world of taxes. This has not been the same type of tax season as post-pandemic tax seasons, but there are several different movements that are going to impact you immediately. And then as we roll out the channel as an informative support system to you, we'll be covering some of the legislation. But today we're going to go ahead and go over some of the things that impact our business owners the most. First, if you have not already, do not forget to like, share, subscribe. We appreciate it. It pushes us up in the algorithm, and those who are ready to see this will see it and be blessed with the message. So the first thing I wanted to go ahead and go over is this BOI. It is the beneficial ownership information. It is for business owners. This is a protocol that was brought to us by Congress that required all business owners to actually go online to FinCEN.gov and register all of their information to promote transparency and accountability. If you did not do this by so said dates, because they've changed so much, that you would get fined up to $10,000 or $500 a day. This was crazy ridiculous because we thought it went away and then it would come back. It's almost like the gray hairs that you color and they always come back. So now we have learned that there has been an official pause and no updated deadline. So you can breathe. You can voluntarily go on the website and still register your businesses. But it was at one time, whether if you had 1 or 20 businesses, that you had to register all of them, and had business owners in a panic because it was off and on. 1 minute we would get a message stating that you had to do it. Then you have to talk about those fines. But as of now, you do not have to register. Now, what's tricky is, as of 3 or 4 days ago, that front page would lead you to believe that you would still have to register. However, if you click on the side, you will get an official announcement stating that it has been paused on the FinCEN website directly. I will also put this in the link in the comments or show notes so you can find out and make sure that this is official, just in case from the time this is posted that it's changed. But as of now, it has not changed. The next thing that I wanted to talk about was something that has Americans concerned, and something that I know that tax professionals who deal with resolution and clients who have more intricate tax issues are experiencing long holds because of this. The IRS has laid off, as of a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, maybe like 7,500, depending on which you look at, 6,000 staff members. We do not know exactly what departments were impacted, other than that we have actually received notification that it was more the most recent IRS agents. So we wanted to make sure that we're mindful of this. I will say this could impact future interaction with the IRS. I will also let everyone know, be patient with your tax preparers, because here's what's happened since last year. I have never received so many letters from the IRS stating my clients need more time, that they need more time to figure out responses. So they already had an internal shift since the pandemic, meaning a lot of the more tenured folks actually were laid off impacted by COVID sickness. And with this legislation, they're saying that everyone has to go back to the office if they were working remote. Because at one time, there were remote IRS workers, if there's still not remote IRS workers right now. But you want to make sure that navigate accordingly. There are things that could help you, like you can go online, do your installment notes. You can go online, check to see if things have been confirmed by the IRS. There are so many resources and tools that are available online. Get your transcripts, get your account. It is not 100%. You do have to give it time from the time that like a tax file is submitted to actually have it post, from the time that sometimes an installation agreement is made. Give it time. It's like any other thing. It is new, but I think it has been so helpful in expediting and empowering tax filers to go on and grab a transcript or to go on and get a document. And some of the letters are also being updated as well. So they also have chat. I have definitely, as someone who has authority, can actually chat on behalf of my clients, set up installment notes, talk to representatives. You have to just log on to the irs.gov, and then that chat feature is available when you go through the ID Me. Everything is now ID Me as well, meaning that you have to go through a face recognition, a registration process to get into any of these government portals, websites, informative platforms. So just be mindful and be very cautious when you're getting letters to respond to them right away, or at least by the deadline. The next thing that I've noticed, let me go ahead and pull this up. We're going to go over some of the critical deadlines. Now, I always like to say there's deadlines, but the sky doesn't fall if you do not meet them. There's many ways that you can actually request for penalty reversal. If you did miss the deadline for filing your 1099, just get that out. If you did miss the deadline for the extension, just go ahead and file your taxes as soon as possible. Deal with that, get the bill, and then request some penalty waivers. You want to do it right, not rushed. So here are the upcoming, the past deadlines was the extension on the 17th for your S Corp and partnership. If you did not get that extension and get them filed pronto, or take your time and file for the waiver if that's something that's occurred. Also, remember that April 15th is coming up. This is for the individual tax file. If you are having a more intricate issue with your S Corp or your partnership, definitely just place an extension on it. You can go to the IRS. There's some partnerships, created partnerships. I use that loosely, or just have your tax advisor. They may have a small fee for filing the extension. So just the FYI, file it so you can just take your time and do your taxes, because March creeped up on us. April is coming. You want to do it right, not rushed. So again, April 15th, that's for your individuals, sole proprietors, C Corps tax filing deadline. And then Q1 is also due. So bookkeeping, you want to make sure that you put some money on the books with the IRS. If you do estimated taxes 4 times a year, the first payment is due that day. And then that is also the deadline you with your tax person, where you can do the IRA and HSA contributions for 2024. Make sure it is the right IRA. All IRAs are not created equal. Some help you with your tax strategy now. Some will help you with your tax strategy later. The next thing that I always like to cover is just some things to keep in mind. And this is special for my business owners. Make sure that when you are reviewing your taxes and you're having these conversations with your tax strategist, that you're capturing depreciation, that you do what's called the cost segregation study, especially if you have a brick and mortar and you've inserted equipment or some sort of thing that you use a day in and day out that has a specific lifetime on it by the IRS code. It doesn't like include like supplies like pencils, papers, something like that. It's something that you use on a continual. Check with them to make sure it's not a singular expense, because you can not only write that off, but if qualified, you can accelerate that depreciation, take it all in the qualified year, which could be the current, or if you're doing back tax filings, making sure it's inserted properly, and get a significant reduction in tax liability. Again, run this by your business tax strategist. Also, just make sure that the K-1s for your S Corps and partnerships are issued by March 17th. If not already, just get on that. Self-employed and 1099 earners, again, estimated taxes are due. I think I kind of wanted to make sure everybody knew when these deadlines were. And then I just sound a little Midwest right there. Kind of want to make sure. That's definitely a thing of like the Midwest. We do that. Let's see. And then also you want to make sure that you're capturing landlords. Even if you own one property, insert that property. Even though, like, I think that's the misconception. Number one, you're supposed to insert the property that you're collecting rent on anyway. So we'll just say that. When you do not put that property on your taxes and you sell that property, what happens is you don't capture that depreciation during, and you can't recapture it after, and you do not get an opportunity to capture any of the expenses that you put into the home. So what I'm really telling folks is, some of y'all are gone row with these properties. You have been inspired and blessed to own one, but when they come across my desk, I'm finding I'm having to reposition them. And boy, it is magical when we have someone who has a W-2 and they've decided to enter one or two properties. I love it. It's about wealth and legacy, but it's also about capturing it just in case you ever want to go for a loan, or you want to make sure that you have some sort of valuation with your property. We can capture all the assets on the tax file as well. We do have some classes coming up. I will drop in a link in the comments in the classes that I do want to execute. I'm going to go ahead and see if we can roll out the business page or the registration page for that. It's tentative for April 8th. Pray for me. I want to roll it out. I do a pretty good class on how to position yourself strategically. And if you are behind in your taxes, we talk about how to go from compliance to capital. Because a lot of individuals are at a disadvantage because they're not in compliance. We want to get you to capital. In addition, I do have a few spaces. So if you ever want to book a call, that's going to be in the notes as well. And that's it. And then obviously I'm on YouTube. Here we are. So again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I think 13 minutes is enough of your time. Please stay tuned as I'll be rolling out these every week, if not 3 times a week. Let's see how this goes. And again, thank you for coming to the channel. You are appreciated. Have a blessed day and lots of love.